Yo, so good morning, my dear friend. Let's get moving. Find a relaxed way to stand, spread those roots. On an inhale, bring your hands above your head, interlocking your fingers above you. Breathing in, getting as long as you can with your spine. Breathing out, dropping the shoulders down, and then moving, stretching your spine to one side. Imagining as if you're pouring out all the things you don't need right now. To one side, breathing in to the center. First, we get long. Imagine a string pulling you by the hair up. Then you drop your shoulders down, and then you bend to the side. Now, this dropping of the shoulders is actually not used a lot in these side bends, and I'd like you to play with both dropping the shoulders, as I did there, and not dropping the shoulders, and see how it works out on how grounded your feet stay. That's what I feel is the biggest difference for me, is when I initiate that drop down of the shoulders, I feel that connection to the floor a little bit stronger, and I can use my obliques and my side muscles a little bit more to get that side stretch. In the morning, especially if we get out into the sun, getting those benefits to get our circadian rhythm set, get in tune with nature. There's also a real physical benefit, which is that we generally tend to open when we look into the sun and let the light in. All right, on this last little side stretch, get nice and deep, imagining that everything can drop out of you, no tension needed. Relaxing on an exhale, letting the arms drop to your side. And now from here, we're gonna continue moving with our spine. But before we get into these next roll downs, we're just gonna warm up our neck. So I want you to keep your jaw closed. And on an inhale, bringing your chin to the back. On an exhale, chin to the chest. Inhaling through the nose, opening up that throat, exhaling, bringing that chin to the chest. Remember where your feet are, stay firmly grounded, soften your knees, soften the connection to you in this present moment. Now here I'm going to start rolling down into these roll downs. Now I want you to articulate your spine. Feel into your spine and move every single vertebrae down. It's the morning. Take it easy on yourself. Shake off the rust and just take it nice and slow. Especially on the way up, we're going to try to feel a connection to those lower abdominal muscles. Opening up all the way with our throat on the way up. Relaxing again on the way down. Now, especially that chin tuck at the start really sets that motion into its groove. So maybe make an effort to really tuck that chin and then keep it rolling, trusting that that downward momentum can pull you into a deep stretch and you don't need to fight or resist too much here. Now we're just gonna go for 3 of these, progressively staying a little bit longer in that bottom stretch. I know how tough it is in the morning, so if you want to bend your knees to make it a little bit easier, that's perfectly fine. Some mornings I'm super flexible, some mornings I'm stiff as a brick, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles, as they like to say. On this last one, Maxi is taking it very, very slow. So thank you for having the patience to roll with me here. I tend to take it slow here because I feel like I'm trying to really connect to parts of my spine which I feel are a little bit isolated, disconnected, or a little bit stiff. On the last one here, go ahead and hold onto your elbows and then just relax that head. A lot of times we hold a little bit of tension, we don't relax our head fully. So whatever you can do, imagine just dropping all thoughts. Imagine dropping that space in your head and just letting it go. If you want to shake it off a bit, that's perfectly fine. Just wiggling side to side, saying good morning to all those muscles in your back and in those hamstrings as well. Now from here, I'm going to wander into our wonderful downward dog. Walking into it gently in the morning. So if you need to walk, keep your knees bent, perfectly fine. I want you to feel into the ground and I want you to push that ground strongly away through the shoulders. Try finding a sense of balance so that both shoulders are pushing equally and that you're really moving as a unit here. Now just gently walk in those legs, and if this is too intense for you, Go ahead and bend both knees, as I'm gonna do right here, and bring your belly as close as you can to your big old thighs. And just hold it here. That allows us to actually get a big stretch in our upper back, opening up for that breath to come through. Talking about the breath, are you still breathing? Please breathe deeply, ujjayi breathing. If you're familiar with yoga, which is deep through the nose, like so. They call that the ocean breath. And like an ocean breath, in this deep stretch, imagining these waves taking away all that tension, breathing into those spots. And when the wave comes, you just allow that wave to bring beautiful relaxation. So I moved back here, wandered back into my squats, and we're gonna go into these squat prayers. So bring your elbows into the inside of your knees, and then use the counter resistance to push your palms down, meaning your elbows push out, and resist with your knees. Now on the way in, I'm gonna squeeze my knees together and resist with my elbows. That's really gonna light up our inner hip muscles. This feels phenomenal. Now, if you need to elevate your heels a little bit here, go ahead, grab some shoes, some books, anything, or sit on a ledge, anything to elevate your heels so that your knees and your squat just feels comfortable to you. Again, try to stay nice and tall. I waved there to my niece. She was trying to get me to have breakfast. I'm having a good family time at the moment. Yeah. So just sitting in your squats, super important in the morning. And now I'll go ahead and gently fall back. We're gonna come into one of my favorites, which is the crab press. So I learned this from my good friend Josh Hash. I'm gonna link him right here. And a lot of these movements I got inspired from him because he's just someone who's stuck to the basics for so long. And if you look at where he is now, it's really inspirational to me because I know if I just keep going, keep showing up on a regular basis, things are just gonna start opening up probably when I least expect it. Now this crab press is a wonderful way to open up our chest. What I want you to do is where your hands are placed, you're just gonna push your shoulders down, ears away from the shoulders, and from there engage your glutes, drive up to that tabletop position. On this last rep, we're gonna hold here and just squeeze, push the shoulders down away from the ear. Imagine your heart opening up to the world and what is in front of you. Beautiful, relax, come back down. And now we're gonna go into these rotations of just the knee. So I'm just pulling my knee in as far as I can to the other knee, and then pushing it out using my glute on the way out. Now notice that I'm just moving my right leg here. It's rolling along the outside of the foot and then on the inside of the foot. The inside tends to be a lot more difficult to get a good contraction here, but that with time will get stronger. So notice that my butt stays on the floor completely, and now I'm moving to the other side using my left leg. And as you can see, everything else, my right leg stays completely isolated. I'm only moving my left knee here, pulling it in, using my hip muscles. Get a nice, big, tall spine here, good posture. Beautiful. We're gonna move into our another last round of the crab press. Again here, feeling the connection to the ground below you and using that to open up your body. Now, if you notice here, I just gently touch the floor. I don't drop down on the way down, but I just gently touch my booty on the floor and then move up. Make sure you give it a smile. That honestly helps to open up the body. So if you're having a stiff or if you're having a pretty intense face right now, because this is intense, just fake a smile. But try to genuinely fake a smile, whatever that means. All right. So on each rep here, really pushing the shoulders away from the ears and maintaining that ribs down position. You could put a glass on me right now of water or a jug of water and it will be balanced. I hope so, at least for a couple seconds. That's all I need. All right, now go ahead and relax again. Now next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go into these 90-90 lift and reach. So drop your knees to one side, plant that right hand down. Now lift your hips, reaching up with the other side. Go ahead and come back down, switching sides to the left. Left hand stays down, right hand reaches up, Bing, touch the flower for good luck. And then come back down, slowly rotating your knees side to side. If you're having trouble coordinating this movement, absolutely no problem. Here's how we're gonna break it down. Now we're gonna move towards the left side. So all I'm doing is dropping my 2 knees to the left, and then I plant my left hand down and just think about lifting up your hips. Don't do any other movement than lifting up your hips. Just watch this a couple times. If you're having trouble and you'll figure it out, no problem. Make sure you're smiling. We're just really using this to open up the sides of us so we can breathe deeply and we let that energy flow through us without any blockages whatsoever. That's your commitment right there. Perfect. Our last little side stretch. Beautiful. I love these lift and reaches. They do a lot for me. So this is it, guys. I'm 10 minutes in with you, and I feel good to say that we did a beautiful thing this morning. I'm gonna go ahead and here and just get into my last little downward dog because I'm a one more kind of guy. No, I just love the downward dogs at the moment, and I've been getting so many benefits from it. Really getting that healthy shoulder feeling from it. So that's what I'm gonna go for here. Anyways, I'm happy to leave it here. I want to thank you guys for joining me on this cruise, and I want to thank you for your trust as well in helping me find my voice and guiding people through these movement routines. Thank you guys so much, for real. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with someone who you think is going to benefit from this movement routine. Even better, invite them to your next morning routine session. Get a nice little Sunday brunch going with them, you know what I'm saying? Perfect. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, please. And stay tuned. My Instagram, boom, linked right there. We got a lot of cool content coming soon. We got a breathwork course coming soon. And I'm also more interested into nervous system regulation and movement modalities, using movement to find our health again. So if that interests you, go ahead, roll on over to my Instagram, comment on my last post, and let me know. Maxi, I'm tuned in. All right. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a happy day. Big kiss, guys. Ciao.